Hi guys, and welcome back to the funding series where I share all the different types of loans, grants, scholarships and bursaries that are available to you that you can utilize to get you through your training. Because as we know by now on this channel, this training is very costly. It's not cheap at all. It's a very expensive career to get into. So in today's video, I'll be talking about the PLACE2BE bursary scheme, which is available to therapists and counselors who want to train, or people who want to train to work with children and young people specifically. So let's get into it. Who is PLACE2BE and what are they all about? PLACE2BE is a children and young people's mental health charity providing counselling, mental health support and training in UK schools. So if you would like to train as a children's therapist or train as a therapist for young people, PLACE2BE is the place to go. Yes, pun intended. So they offer a variety of bursaries: Introduction to Child Counselling Skills, which is a level 2, Intermediate Child Counselling Skills, which is level 3, level 4 Diploma in School-Based Child Counselling, and a postgraduate diploma in Counselling Children in Schools. So these are the 4 different types of bursaries that they offer, and I'm going to explain further on what you can get with each of these bursaries. But before we get into what you get with each bursary, let's even find out if you are even eligible for it. So let's go through the entry requirements for the bursaries first before we get excited about how much money we can get from the bursaries. They are quite strict, so listen up and go through the checklist with me. The first thing on the list is that you must have been living in the UK for at least the past 5 years. So you must be a UK resident that has been here for at least 5 years. Second thing is your salary and income. So you must have an annual total household income of less than £35,000 if you live in London. If you live outside of London, then it has to be under £30,000. So this is depending on the course that you're picking. So if your course is in London, then your salary should be less than 35,000. But if your course is outside of London, then your total household income should be less than 30,000. The next thing is you can't have a level of education that is higher than a level 6 in anything. It's not just specifically counselling, but in anything. So level 6 is a degree level qualification. So if you have a degree, then you can't apply for this bursary. You must of course have a genuine interest in qualifying as a child counsellor. You must meet the entry requirements for your chosen course. So the different levels that I mentioned earlier, they'll have certain entry requirements, so you must meet those entry requirements in order to obviously qualify for the bursary. The last requirement is that you must be able to attend all the relevant course dates for the course that you're selecting. So for each course, they will have an outline of when and where you'll be meeting. So looking at those dates, will you be able to attend every single one of them? Have a look at that first as well. So those are the entry requirements. If you don't fit them, unfortunately, you can't apply for the bursary, but you can still train. But of course, you can train using other money or get a loan, which I have other videos talking about loans and stuff that you can get to get for your training. If you do meet the entry requirements, then yes, congratulations. We can now move on to the next part of the video, talking about what you can expect from each of the bursaries if you are then moving on to applying for them. But first, I just want to quickly say that in general, PLACE2BE prioritizes underrepresented groups. So this includes people from Black, Asian and ethnic minorities, people with disabilities, men, gender diverse members of the LGBTQIA+ community, and people from lower socioeconomic backgrounds. So keep that in mind. It doesn't mean to say that if you're not part of any of these groups, you can't apply, but just be aware that people who I've mentioned will be prioritized in the application process. So now let's talk about what you can expect from each of the different bursaries that are offered that I mentioned at the start of the video, starting with the level 2 one. So in this bursary, what you can expect is PLACE2BE to cover your course fees. If you secure a level 2 through them, you'll be asked to pay £100 to secure your place. This also covers your CPCAB registration and administrative costs. So keep that in mind. For the level 3, the same applies. PLACE2BE will cover your course fees. Similar to the level 2, you will have to pay £150 this time around if you have a secured place on a level 3 course. And the same thing, your registration and administrative costs will also be covered. For the level 4 diploma, they offer a different range of bursary packages for the level 4, which vary from a partial discount on your fees to a full tuition discount. However, you'll have to pay £200 if you have a place confirmed on one of their courses, just as you do on the level 2 and the level 3. You could also be eligible for a support fund, which you could use to cover your living costs, personal therapy, travel, and learning materials while you're on the course. So The bursary that you get on a level 4 will vary depending on your needs, and this will be assessed in your application process. So, unlike level 2 and level 3, where your course fees are covered, in the level 4, you can also get a support fund, and you'll have to pay £200 instead of £100 or £150 like in the other ones. For the postgraduate diploma, the same applies as level 4, where you can either get a partial discount or a full tuition fee discount. However, in this case, you only need to pay £100 if you have a place secured on one of their postgraduate diploma courses, rather than £200 or £250. Once again, the same applies. The bursary that you get will depend on your needs, which will be clearly assessed in your application process based on the information that you provide. So please be honest. Don't try to lie so that you can get more money, because if you're found out, you will get in trouble and you'll possibly be withdrawn from the course. So if you've made it this far in the video, I'm assuming that you've met the entry requirements and you are going to apply for one of these bursaries. So let's talk about the application process and what it entails. All the details you need will be in the description box below, but I'm going to obviously give a quick summary now. So because there are 4 different courses that they offer, the applications are very different. So be sure to click on the right one and ensure that you're applying for the right thing. I won't go through what the application is for each different level, but I'll give a generic overview of what the general application process is going to be like. So the applications that you'll see when you go on the website is the level 2, where you have no previous counselling experience. You can apply for that one. Then there's an application for the level 3, and to apply for this one you must already have a level 2 diploma. Then there's an application for level 4 and the postgraduate diploma if you already have a level 3 counselling diploma. So those are the 4 different applications that you have. So once your application has been reviewed and you've been approved, there's 2 interviews that you'll be invited to, a group one and an individual one. I do not know why. So if you are then successful at both of these interviews, your bursary application will then be sent to a third-party bursary checking company who will verify the information that you provided in your application. So once again, be honest. Don't lie to get more money. If you pass this external check and you haven't lied, then you'll be offered the bursary for your chosen course. So that's it for the PLACE2BE bursary scheme. So if you're looking to become a therapist for children and young people, you can start here and you can apply for a bursary so that it's not, coming straight from your pocket. So I hope that this helped. However, if this option is not relevant to you, or you don't feel like it's going to work for you, or you haven't met the entry requirements for this, then please look at the other videos in the funding series, and I will have the playlist linked in the description box and at the end of this video for you to watch. And until the next video, enjoy the rest of your day or have a good night. Bye!